Caprock Canyon was opened in 1982 and is 15,000 acres in size, making it the third largest state park. It's located along the eastern edge of the Llano Estacado in Briscoe County, Texas. It's about 100 miles southeast of Amarillo. The day that we entered the park, we were fortunate enough to see the bison herd at the park entrance. There are large male buffaloes that have their own harems that run through the park. You can see the official state bison herd scratching post here with the bison that are scratching up against it. The bison herd got its start in 1876 when a local Texas rancher named Charles Goodnight had a wife, Mary Ann, who insisted that he preserve a herd of native plains bison, which still survive to this day in Caprock Canyons State Park. Bison from this herd have even been introduced to the Yellowstone National Park back in 1902, as well as ranches and zoos throughout the nation. The female bison have been crossbred with male domestic cattle to create a unique breed known as beefalo. The herd is free to roam throughout most of the park, including your campsites, so it's very interesting to wake up with them.
This is our first time here at Caprock Canyons, and yesterday was full of dust storms with a severe windstorm, and when I got here you could see all the way across the beautiful red, so now it's just been all afternoon from all the sand and dust. Yesterday was full of dust storms, and today it's a beautiful morning, and this is what makes Caprock so breathtaking.
Fishing pier is really a wildlife observation area because of the severe drought that has dried up Lake Theo here inside the park.